Before the sun reaches the forest floor, the rainforest waits in deep, silent shadow. Mist clings to every surface, wrapping the forest in a soft, breathing veil. From above, the rainforest looks like a single living ocean of leaves. Even in darkness, the ground is full of slow, patient life. Ancient giants hold the entire forest on their shoulders. Shelter in this world belongs to those who find the right shadows. The first light must negotiate with the leaves before it can reach the ground.
Water never rests here. It moves, clings, and returns.
Some lights in the forest do not wait for the sun.
Even at night, the forest floor is crowded with quiet competition. Evidence of last night's feeding lies still, waiting for a new day of hunger.
Even the sound of storms is softened by layers of leaves.
The architecture of this world is grown, not built.
Above the ground, thousands of lives rest on thin branches. Every leaf holds a tiny world of water, light, and waiting life.
Dawn begins not on the ground, but in the thin spaces between leaves. The highest branches wake up long before the roots. From above, the rainforest greets the day like a rising tide of color. Where light meets mist, the forest reveals its hidden currents.
Each great tree feeds a vertical city of leaves, root, and wings.
With warmth, the forest begins to stretch. Sometimes the forest floor receives a spotlight instead of a sunrise.
Plants growing on plants turn the air itself into fertile ground.
Even the smallest pocket of water hides its own creatures and dramas. Vines stitch together the space between earth and sky.
The forest never stops rewriting its own light.
Sound wakes before sight in the rainforest. Life is stacked here in stories, each layer with its own occupants. Even plants must compete for space and light. Invisible particles float through the forest, carrying future life on every current.
Morning wind shakes loose last night's rain.
Color crawls slowly down the trunks toward the forest floor.
Distance in the rainforest is measured not only in meters, but in layers of light.
Dawn reveals tiny worlds hidden in plain sight.
Morning officially begins when the first voice breaks the silence.
Perched above the shadows, the toucan starts its day in full color.
For some, the first ritual of the day is care, not hunting. The canopy becomes a dance of wings and branches. Each large bird moves with the confidence of a creature that owns the upper air.
Even a simple shake creates a rain of its own.
Some mammals begin the day already far from the ground. High above the forest floor, safety is a matter of attention. Not every creature meets the morning with movement.
For some, dawn is a stage, and feathers are their costume.
Eyes that hunt see the same sunrise as eyes that hide.
As day begins, some lives retreat into darkness. Even a single tree can hold a layered community.
What sounds like chaos is actually a carefully timed conversation.
What falls from above becomes food for those below. Every bite is taken between moments of vigilance.
The air itself becomes colored when these birds fly.
A single voice tries to claim its corner of the forest. A shared alarm sends dozens of wings into the sky at once. Some hunters of the night remain, watching the day from the shadows. The air between branches fills with moving shapes of color and shadow. Insects march like rivers, carrying the forest piece by piece. Their roads are old, their destinations hidden underground. Threads thinner than air become traps stronger than fear.
Patience is the spider's sharpest weapon.
Even decay here is dressed in armor that shines.
Some predators survive by becoming part of the background.
The architects of the forest work out of sight, transforming fallen giants into soil.
Bright colors warn the forest that this tiny creature must not be touched.
Even the smallest wings choose the brightest places.
Some bodies are made for shadows and speed. These ants have turned farming into a hidden art.
Camouflage and spectacle trade places in a single motion.
Precision flight allows it to claim the air above the water.
The day's heat summons clouds of tiny feeders.
To the ants, the tree is both a mountain and a highway.
Growth often begins as quiet destruction.
Whole nations live in spaces no larger than a fingertip.
Even armored creatures have vulnerable moments.
When the path changes, the colony simply redraws the map.
As the forest warms, its smallest voices fill the background.
For prey animals, every step is a question. Is it safe? Their snouts plow the forest floor, uncovering what others cannot see. The rainforest's most powerful hunter prefers to be unseen. In this world, sight and hearing work together in quiet calculation. Its steps intersect the paths of those who feed, not hunt. Above, many eyes track the danger on the ground.
Fear moves quickly through the forest, carried by sound.
Patience is as important as strength in the hunt. Between two safe places lies a dangerous open space.
Sometimes all we see of an animal is the echo of its passing.
Bodies are made to move easily between land and water. In the water, the line between plants and predators is dangerously thin.
Not all animals can move. Some must simply hold on and hope.
Even scavengers rely on the forest's invisible currents.
Sometimes the most effective hunt ends before it truly begins.
Often, the rainforest hides its inhabitants in motionless scenes.
Life resumes the moment danger moves on. Not every creature perfectly matches the clock of the sun. The forest floor records the traffic of the night. Predators mark the forest with sound as well as scent. Rivers carve bright lines through the jungle's deep green.
Morning pulls fog from the river and threads it through the forest.
Some birds wait for the day's first careless fish.
Even a brief appearance can mean life or death.
For these mammals, water is both home and highway. Trees drink from the same water that carries life downstream.
Near the water, the forest speaks in layered notes.
When the sun arrives, cold bodies begin to store its warmth.
Many lives move as one to survive as many.
Even a small disturbance redraws the river's mirror.
Where the river falls, the forest is washed in sound and spray.
Water is the quiet architect of this world, shaping paths that animals learn to follow. The day has fully arrived on the forest floor.
Some wings seek the earth instead of the flowers.
The rainforest is not one story, but thousands told at once.
With daylight comes the freedom to move farther and faster.
Many journeys here begin and end under cover of leaves. By mid-morning, the rainforest sings with its entire voice.
Life here is measured in small movements on small surfaces.
From root to crowd, every layer has answered the call of daylight.
From above, the forest looks calm, but every branch hides its own dramas.
Light and shadow take turns ruling the forest. Morning has transformed potential into action. Even in apparent stillness, the rainforest is awake.
This is dawn in the tropical rainforest, when the wild world fully opens its eyes.